We'll start on one side. Okay. Give it a couple of minutes to do its spreading thing and start to see what develops. So you can see in here, this is nice. Lots of cells already forming, lots of these little cells in here. The colors are, some colors are staying and some are blending. And when it stops moving, I just very gently will tilt it. And what I'm being careful of is how much the parts I like are moving, because I don't want to undo my favorite bits. So I might, especially one of the reasons I like doing these 6-inch tiles is that you have a fair amount of control in terms of not doing, you know, a really big piece. All right, and we're going to pour a little bit down on this end. One of the things to keep in mind when you're doing these pours is that what you see is not what you get, meaning that this will continue to develop as it quote unquote dries. Well, it will dry. It's not a quote unquote. It's just as it sits, it will continue to develop. Two things will happen. First of all, paint will continue to drip off the edges as it settles and goes straight. So now I look at this and I look in to see if there's any parts of this I do not like, I'm not crazy for. I'm not crazy for that little bit of yellow over here. I might want just a little bit of less yellow in this bottom right corner, believe it or not. So I'm going to take that out a little bit. All right, I love that. That is kind of what I'm looking for. I always keep a paper towel on hand so I don't have stuff all over me. Now look at all these cool cells that are popping up. That's awesome. One of the things that you can do sometimes to aid cell development is to throw a little bit of heat on it with the torch. Let's see if that's going to do anything today. You don't want to get too close with the torch. That's a mistake that a lot of people make because they want to, you know, and then it starts to dry and crack. You can see this is really having a lot of action over here. Remember earlier I said the red was lively. Wherever there's red and white, it's really starting to pop. Look at all these cells that popped up over here. Love it. All right. And now we're going to let that dry.